Good day and welcome to your catch-up video lessons with me, Mr. Sumandi. This week, we will embark to new grammar lessons which will hopefully help us apply verb modals in English sentences. Our objective for this lesson is to rephrase statements with context that tells ability, possibility, permissibility, necessity, and obligation by using appropriate verb modals. With that being said, we will start with the modals can and could and their context in your English sentences. Modern English grammar dictates a number of verb modals, but we will only tackle the most common and basic modals in this week's lesson. These modals are can, could, shall, should, will, would, may, might, and must. And for this video, the modals can and could will be emphasized. The modal can simply means ability. We use this word to tell activities we do or we are good at doing. If we don't use the modal can for context that tells our ability of doing something, it will be too wordy. Look at these statements with noun, adjective, and adverb modals. I have the ability to drive my father's car. I am able to drive my father's car. I ably drive my father's car. You can make these statements shorter and concise by simply using the verb modal can. Hence, we say, I can drive my father's car. See how convenient it is? On the other hand, using the modal cannot or can't denotes inability or actions that you don't do. So to make these three statements short and concise, we just simply use can't or cannot. I can't drive my father's car. The modal could also means ability to do something, but it refers to abilities you could do in the past. Using this modal could, you only mean that you cannot do the ability at present. For example, I had the ability to drive my father's car before. I was able to drive my father's car before. I ably drove my father's car before. And just to make these sentences short and concise, we use the modal could. Hence, I could drive my father's car before. This means that you could drive your father's car before, but not now. However, if we use could not, for example, I couldn't drive my father's car, it doesn't mean that you cannot drive that car now. There's a possibility that you can drive it now, but before you couldn't do it. Modals can and could may also mean permission or request. When we ask someone's permission, we say, can I? Or when we request something from someone, we say, could you? Note that we seldom use could I when asking permission, and we often use could you because it sounds more polite. Could may also denote exaggeration. When you exaggerate statements, you say beyond reality to emphasize a point. Let's say you are in a party and you are so hungry. To prove a point, you exaggerate your context, and we can use the word could for that. Hence, you say, I am so hungry, I could eat someone in this party. And that's how you use can and could in your English statements. Let's give it a try. Rephrase the sentences by replacing the red words with can, can't, could, couldn't to make them short and concise. Let's have number 1. I am able to get good scores in most of my English tests without reviewing the lessons. To make this statement concise, let's use the modal can. I can get good scores in most of my English tests without reviewing the lessons. Let's have number 2. Do you have the ability to dive from that cliff? To make this question concise, we use the modal can. Can you dive from that cliff? Number 3. Do I have your permission to prepare dinner tonight? To make this question concise, we use the modal can. Can I prepare dinner tonight? Let's have number 4. Are you permitted to drive us to Baguio tomorrow? To make this question concise, we use the modal could. Could you drive us to Baguio tomorrow? Number 5. I was not able to confess my feelings to her when we were in high school. To make this statement concise, we use the modal could not or couldn't for this statement. I couldn't confess my feelings to her when we were in high school. So, remember, can, could are words that mean the ability to do. Can may also mean permission and could may mean request. Could can be also used to exaggerate your statements. And that's it for this week's lesson. Click the next video for the other lessons related to modals.